Welcome back to The Big Idea. Tonight, we're looking at every angle of the $34 billion dog industry. That's right, $34 billion a year people are spending on dogs. This is Tuey. This is Greg. He works on the show. She's a little dachshund. I guess it's a she or he. It's she. One of the companies bringing in a pretty big piece of that pie is Petco. $2 billion a year in revenue. That's right, $2 billion. And I'm joined now by the chairman of Petco, Brian Devine. How are you, sir?
Very good, thank you.
So we're doing a whole show on pets tonight because when it comes to people's dogs, I mean, they consider them part of the family, and there's just no indulgence that's too much for a lot of people.
That's very true, thank God.
Now, what I was fascinated about is that the fastest growing part of the business is the organic dog market. Once again, we talked about organic dog food tonight. People, that's kind of the new buzz thing.
Yes, natural and organic. It's really part of the animal becoming part of the family. And people treat their dogs as they would children, especially if you're older like myself, where the kids have left. You know, the animals become your new children, and you actually talk to them, sleep in their bed with them, and give them everything that you think they need, thank goodness.
This is a serious company. You've got 850 locations, 18,000 employees. What's kind of your biggest surprise? What's the matter, baby? You want to go? Okay, she's ready to go. There you go, sweetheart. What's your kind of biggest surprise of what's selling the last few years? Any trends in the dog business?
As I say, the natural and organic, I would say, is the #1 trend, where it's growing probably 3 or 4 times faster than overall dog food. So people really are looking for the best things for themselves and then relating that back to making sure they get the best things for their pets.
Now, we just saw somebody who's got an organic food line who just ate his own dog food. Is that okay? I mean, we did the product demo here. This man's selling a very hot company, organic dog food. He ate it. What is in organic dog food versus regular dog food?
Basically, a lot less fillers. So in normal dog food, especially let's say you buy a $10 bag of dog food, it has a tremendous amount of fillers and very little nutrition. So the dog typically would have to eat a whole lot of it really to take care of their nutritional needs. Where if you have a premium food, as we call it, or natural and organic food, you can eat a whole lot less. So the portion is much smaller. So even though the bag itself may cost more, per portion, it's actually close to the same amount as you would if you bought the less expensive dog food. You
guys obviously do tons of research on all animals. To your point earlier, this population is getting older. Can we expect a surge in all kinds of pet, buying over the next 5, 10, 20 years, as we do have a lot of empty nesters coming up?
I think just really a continuation, if you want to call it that. The good news in our particular industry is the number of pets continues to grow year after year. The highest pet ownership actually is with families with children, but in the United States that's down to about 30% of the households. So 70% of the households no longer have children under the 18 living at home. But the good news is, as people get older, they really want that companionship, and dogs give them a lot of that companionship.
I also read research that elderly people who have dogs, they stay healthier, that there's really a very kind of clinical effect that it has on aging folks.
It absolutely is true. It's very similar in a certain sense where if you're married and unfortunately you lose your spouse, and if you're old, typically sometimes then you don't live that much longer. But it's the same kind of thing with a dog.
Brian Devine keeps selling all that good stuff. Brian Devine, chairman of Petco. When we come back, speaking Deutsch, I've got some words about the doggies.